Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. Hopefully with a little bit of editing here, we've stitched together the item analysis portion of the video with the replay review. But after doing the spreadsheet analysis in the previous segment, we played another game, we got another win, and that puts us at 5 wins in a row using this strategy. In our most recent game, we got 15 limbs, which is pretty solid. So what I want to do is just walk through all of these replays. We're going to watch them at double speed, 2x, and mainly from gameplay perspective, but in certain situations we can switch to the drone camera view. So I just want to say that the Fortnite replay system needs a little bit of work. They make it very difficult to see the loadout. You can't really see what loadout you're running unless you open one of these streaming replays, which I don't know how to do that for myself. So we'll just watch these 5 replays. You kind of have to do it as you're getting the gameplay, because as soon as a significant patch change comes out, old replays become unwatchable. So let's go ahead and go into gameplay view. We'll go into double speed, and we'll do our best to comment through everything that's going on. So all of these games are basically 22 minutes, so it's going to be 10 minutes per replay, so this portion of the video is going to be about an hour. And we're just going to piggyback off of what we were discussing in the spreadsheet with the 3-gun loadout, and generally how we're going to try and work our way towards having jetpack, Iron Man combat kit, and an AUG and a Sovereign, basically, is going to be what the commonality here is between all of these victories. One time we run the Dual SMGs, but for the most part we're running the Iron Man Mythic. So we like to drop Raft, and we like to drop this back tower here, and I've got a whole set rotation through the Raft that we can talk about. Looks like we're opening up with Auto Turret, Bubbles, Sovereign, Dual Micros, and maybe a Gray AUG, I think is how this game starts. Now in the replay mode, chests that don't actually spawn in-game show up. So here we're using the AUG and the Micros, and that's probably a bot. We'll call out when we're playing bots versus real players. There's ways to tell the difference. Okay, so now we got Bubbles, which is nice. Kill that guy. That's probably a bot too, based on the name and where he's standing. Swapped out for a Gray AUG. So now we should have AUG, Dual Micros, and a Sovereign. The Avenger chest here didn't spawn. We're currently in the birthday update, so there's some additional stuff. All those chests aren't actually in-game. I wouldn't have just walked by any of those. Now I've got a AUG with a red dot. That chest didn't spawn. And this one did. And now we got our jetpack. So we have jetpack, auto turret, 3 guns. We're in good shape. Now we're just going to look for some of the Doom chests. Now we've got a gold Sovereign. And then when we fight Emma Frost, we like to bust out this back wall so that we have an easy escape if anyone tries to third-party us. So if you're just in this room, if you're just in the boss room, you're very susceptible to getting third-partied. But if you just simply open the back wall, that gives you an easy escape. So now we're going to take the medallion, we're going to take the good AUG, and now we have gold AUG, we have the mythic AUG, we have a legendary Sovereign, and we've got dual micros. We're just going to continue clearing out this area here, getting all the good chests. Now we should have picked up those legendary dual micros unless we already had a pair. We come over to the Stark Industries chest, and here we get our Iron Man combat kit, so now we're basically loaded for the rest of the game. I took a quick screenshot and put that on my Discord. And then now, after clearing the POI, we're just going to be looking to get forecast towers, fight people around the bunkers, but we don't really need bunkers right now. We're mainly going to try and get forecast, bunkers, play the Rift Island when it spawns and try and hunt down the other medallion holders. Other good things we could do would be recruit NPCs. So like from here, recruiting Artemis wouldn't be a bad idea. And we just want to rotate around in the car because we don't want to waste the jetpack fuel. So now we're looking at the map. We're just trying to pick what to do. We do notice that Iron Man pod coming down, or in this case it's a War Machine pod. Switch cars for fuel considerations. And then I think what I'm going to do now is try and cross to the other side of the map to try and get the medic NPC. That was most likely a bot. Free the car up. So now I'm crossing to the other side of the map towards the winter biome, the mountain biome, trying to get the medic NPC. But I'll notice that he's kind of in the storm, so then I'll pivot and start working my way towards the medallion holder, I think. So yeah, right in that lake is where that NPC I want is, but I decide instead to engage the medallion holder at the bunker. So I'm going to get some high ground. I know for sure he's in there. Now I've got the scan on him. And then that's why the Iron Man flight kit isn't great, because of what just happened there with him. I just quickly mod bench my Sovereign shotgun. I don't need anything other than gold. Hop back in the car, and now I'm going to check where the other medallion holder is. So now let's check where the Mysterio medallion holder is. He's going to be over by Doomstat. Looks like we're checking the map right now. Okay, so now we got a beat on the other medallion holder. Just doing some car swaps for gas. Yep, so he's over here. He's fighting someone over there. You could see him using the Iron Man combat kit. He's right over there. Now we're going to get some tags on him. There's someone trying to third-party me, but I'm going to take care of this real quick. Get him with the Iron Man combat kit. Back to the AUG. Grab the medallion. And then now I've got the loadout that I want. And I take a screenshot of it. I've got Mythic AUG. I've got Iron Man combat kit. And I've got Mythic Sovereign with jetpack auto Turk. So I'm good to play the game out. I was good before, but now I've got all the Mythics plus 3 medallions. And then Doom Island is spawned, so we're going to make a beeline for Doom Island. So this is like the Mythic variant of Rift Island. We're going to anticipate a lot of fighting over here. Now we're going to be fighting mostly real players. The medallion holders are obviously real. Up to this point, we can assume that we had only killed 2 real players holding the medallions, and then every person fighting up here is a real player. You can see some dropping crowns and stuff. So some of these guys, I know they're here because I'm getting scans. Now I'm going to cap the island using the Mysterio power, so people like to say that the Mysterio mythic isn't that good, but there's definitely situations where it's fine, either camping people around bunkers or stuff like this, where, you know, this guy doesn't know exactly where I am. And just like that, right, using it to cap Doom. And then now, I'm not going to lie, I don't play with Doom particularly well here. It's literally my first time and only time actually getting him. But what I do know that I need to do is protect my loot. I don't want anyone picking up these medallions. So I'm just going to protect the island until the storm closes in. There's 6 other players on the map. A couple of real players, a couple of bots probably. For the most part, I got to assume they're running from me. But I really just want to protect the island until the storm guarantees that they're not going to come back for the medallions. That's definitely what that guy was trying to do, right? That's a real player. He's using mobility He's trying to camp the medallions, but I didn't let him. So after playing with Doom, the most important thing is the left trigger laser beam. The regular right trigger shots are okay. And then the mystical bomb, which is the reload button, is okay. But it's really about the laser beam and then the double jump. But yeah, I'm just playing really conservative with Doom because I don't have a lot of confidence playing with him just yet. And I want to get my first victory on Doom as well. So I'm basically just letting the action come to me, letting the zones close. You got to be careful because you can't use heals, right? So the only way I can heal is either with like slurp barrels or cakes or killing people. So I know I want to get these limbs. This is a real player because he's using mobility. Doom laser into foot dive. Here's another real player using mobility. Just being conservative. The mystical bomb on the car. This guy had a chance to kill me, actually, and I whiffed the laser, which is really bad. Like, you've got to be smart about holding down that trigger button. You can't activate the laser and then let it go. You just got to hold down the trigger until it runs out. But after realizing that, I'm a little more confident against the last opponent here. And this last guy is probably a bot. Because I don't think this last one uses any mobility. I finally hear the footsteps. Julie Valencia 18. I don't know. Could have been a real player. Didn't really matter. All of the actual good real players we had engaged a little earlier. These two kills right here were against real players using mobility. Couple of kills on top of Doom Island. These were the medallion kills, and then these were the two POI kills against most likely bots at the beginning of the game. So the key here is that the raft was basically, for the most part, uncontested. There could have been somebody ratting in the raft trying to third party the boss, but the way that we engage with the boss makes it hard for people doing that rat strategy to actually take us down. And then when they, like anyone who's ratting in the POI who sees us engaging the boss like that, knowing that we're going to get the medallion, they probably back out a little bit too. But we could have paid more attention to the mini map to see exactly if anybody else was in there. I just used the battle pass stuff. Okay, let's see where we drop this time. Okay, so now we're going to drop Reckless Rails. I think this is the only game we drop Reckless Rails instead of the raft. That's a visual glitch. Obviously, we're not emoting as we're gliding in. So Reckless Rails has a pretty straightforward loot path. There's 5 Avenger chests and then the weapon crates. So there's Avenger chest 1. We heal up 2 minis and then a big. We've got Shuri's Black Panther claws. This chest did not spawn. So after these first 2 chests, we're going to go and get the weapon crates. Right now we probably have AUG, Dual Micros. So now we have the full 3 set up. We have AUG, Dual Micros, Sovereign, and the Shuri claws for mobility. There's somebody capping the train, but we can't engage that. We trade our AUG up for a blue. looking to fight these guys. This is often bots. Moose flows, probably a bot. Heal back up. Regrab minis. Not sure if I took that guy's sovereign or not. Okay, somebody already cleared that Avenger chest out. Check the Avenger chest back here. That one's already been taken as well, but there's a jetpack on the floor, which means somebody either already had a jetpack or there was a bot. Okay. Now that guy seemed real. So now we've got a solid loadout. We've got... we might have Og Mini's claws, or did we drop the claws? I'm not sure. But we buy the mythic Dual Micros. And then I believe we go and recruit the medic. First we check the last Avenger chest, though. So we've checked all 5 Avenger chest spawns. We took... Okay, now we have a blue Sovereign. Good. So we checked all 5 Avenger chest spawns. We've got a 3-gun loadout, including the mythic Dual SMGs. We even checked the weapon cases. And we recruited the medic. So that's about as good as you can do for Reckless Railways. And then now we're going to be looking to play Forecast and then hunt medallion holders. Okay, so we got the Forecast. We hear somebody coming to attack us. We don't need their crown. This person gets a few too many shots off on us, so we get back in the car. Could be a bot. There's usually bots hanging out in that location. So that definitely could have been a bot, but we're just going to go back to the mending machine. Our medic heals us up a little bit too. Fresh car. Now I think we go and re-engage with this player. Pretty sure that ends up being a bot. But we can't let them tag us from range after we've just finished a fight. Now I've got a purple log. So I've got a purple log, a blue sovereign, mythic dual micros, and the NPC. Now we're picking what to do next. Having a hard time deciding what to do. I think we end up going to this bunker over here. Okay, now we're going to outfit our AUG the way we like. First we're going to check for better rarity weapons. That was a gold hammer pump, I believe, so we need to pick our sovereign back up. Now we got a gold sovereign, so now we're good. So now we've got a purple AUG, we've got mythic SMGs, and we've got a legendary sovereign, so we're in good shape. Do we need the gold? Yeah, we choose to get the gold, whatever. If there was anything that can break that pile, we would use it, like either the War Machine's Arsenal or shockwave grenades would be good at breaking that pile up, but whatever. Get back in the car, get the medic back in the car. So now our loadout is solid, even though we don't have the boss mythics. We've got all of the weapons kitted out the way that we like. And we've got the mythic from Gwenpool, so that's fine. Here's something over here. So there's a guy there. There's a guy in the courtyard shooting us with that stuff. Now, we had a choice there to take the Iron Man combat kit, but since we have the mythic dualies, we're going to hang... Dualies is what I call the dual micros. Since we have the mythic dualies, we're going to hang on to those over the Iron Man combat kit this game. Just use the car as a means to get the NPC moving around and also not waste our jetpack fuel. Not sure what's bringing us over to the courtyard exactly. Probably the medallion here. Yeah, that guy was holding the Doom medallion. So now we have one medallion, just Dooms. Doom doesn't have any items that we're necessarily interested in picking up. We don't want the gauntlets. We don't want the Monarch. We just want the medallion from that guy. That's probably an NPC. Or a bot. There's somebody on the island with the Iron Man combat kit, so we drive up as a way to get the bot up there. Definitely somebody in here because we see the floor tile pickaxed out, so they're trying to get easy access to the weapon bench. So there they are. We chase win that fight. They had the Mysterio medallion, and they probably had the Mysterio shotgun as well. But because the storm was coming, we kind of didn't feel like looting in the storm. Just kind of got out of there with the medallion. Now we get a little confused by that player. That's actually the War Machine NPC, which was aggroed on some bots. So we didn't really need to waste our time engaging with that NPC, but we did. And then there's actual... those aren't players either. Those are also bots over there. That's my NPC. So there's only 2 players left, and they're both at courtyard here. So at this stage, I feel like I've got the kind of win secured or the game in hand, so I'm just trying not to blow it. That's obviously a bot. And then the way that this last player is moving, it's probably a bot too. So this lobby was extremely weak. This one, I only had a couple of kills that were against, for sure, real players. The kill against the Doom Medallion holder, where I basically third-partied them. And then the kill against the player that was on the island, which ended up being the Mysterio Medallion holder. And then, other than that, like maybe a couple of players in the beginning of the game near Reckless Rails, but just the one guy who floated in, so maybe 3 real players were killed this game. And that's kind of how Zero Build Pub goes. Zero Build Pubs goes these days. I've heard anywhere as much as 70 of the players are bots. So if you don't land a contested POI, which Reckless Rails is not always contested, you can get games like this where it's very bot heavy. Like, this is definitely a bot too. If they don't use the telltale is, look at their loadout. Their loadout is 3 guns, 2 grays, and 2 heals. That's definitely a bot. The way to know for sure that it's not a bot is if they use any mobility or vehicles. So if they have any mobility items or cover items, like if they use a porta-bunker or a shield bubble, any mobility, drive a car, then it's not a bot. But anything else, like if they're standing in the open, except for like at the very beginning of the game when you drop on the POI, then you might just get some people who are unlucky and who don't get like a good start. and you eliminate them quick, maybe they were real, maybe they were a bot, you don't know. But in the late game like that, a player with 2 gray guns, a blue gun, and 2 heals, med kit, and big pots is 100% a bot. Alright, so this is game 3. The next 3 games should all be raft drops. Okay, here we go. We're doing our raft loot path, which always starts at this back tower. This back tower gives us the option to abort the game plan if we want to, and head back towards, towards Sandy Steps. Okay, jetpack off the rip, and also the flare gun, which is good for marking people. Just like that. Was that a bot, or was that guy just unlucky? That's almost impossible to say. Just using the flare gun to do marks. Since we got the jetpack quick, we're kind of going a little out of sequence here. That seems like a real player in a default skin. Playing with a Monarch for the time being until we get a better loadout. Jetpack shocks. Getting the Doom chests. Now we've got legendary dualies. Okay, nice. Looks like we've got legendary dualies, a Scar. Do we have a shotgun yet? Doesn't seem like it. There's an AUG with a scope. We trade out a green Scar for that. Claws. Double mobility. Take out the back wall. Use the scan. And then the dualies are very, very effective against the boss. Okay, so now we're in a good spot here. We've got the mythic AUG, we've got legendary dualies. We just need a shotgun. Checking the map, considering what to do next. That guy gets away. Keep an eye on that guy. Okay, now I can get forecast. Oh, gotta deal with this jerk first. He's flying around in the balloon. So it looks like I have claws instead of a shotgun right now. Not sure what my 5th item is. Looks like AUG, dualies, claws, jetpack, and something else. Not sure what the 5th item is. It was the flare gun, but maybe I swapped that out now for a fizz jar. I think now I'm considering crossing the map, trying to get the medic. This is probably a bot. Okay, now I finally got a shotgun. Don't have an auto turret yet, so 3 guns, claws, and the jetpack is most likely the loadout. Headed towards the medic. is also probably a bot. There's always a bot hanging out over there. Okay, so the medic's taking this game. What next? Deciding what to do. Seemed like the car ran out of fuel. Saw footsteps, couldn't locate that guy. Now I see these guys over here. Okay, get that guy with the weapon progression. Going from the AUG to the dualies to the shotgun. I should pick up the Iron Mans. Yep. So now all I need is an auto turret. Clean that fight up pretty good. Trying to pickaxe all that out. Okay, got a gold shotgun now. Don't need the AUG because I got the mythic. So that should just be me outfitting the shotgun. Could have busted up that gold pile with the war machine. And then I know I can come back over here to heal up. Okay. So now I've got pretty close to an endgame loadout. Got to scan off on this guy. See him in the tree. Definitely a real player. Looked like he had an NPC. Head back to the car. Just kind of figuring out what to do next. Play in the middle of the map a little bit. I believe I see a medallion holder over here, which is this guy. Yeah, he's got the Doom power. Yep, so he had both medallions. I got those. He probably had the Mysterio shotgun. So now I've got all three medallions. I swapped out claws for the auto turret. And I've got my endgame loadout. The only way to improve this would have been picking up the Mysterio shotgun if that was over there. Probably just healing up with cactuses just to stay safe. Come back there and grab some heals if I need them. There's a guy using a balloon, so probably a real player. Yep, he had a crown, so he was definitely real. Log into Iron Man kit. This is after the nerf, by the way. Now, this is obviously a bot, because they're not, no mobility, not moving well, and then a bot loadout. Yeah, so this is after the Iron Man combat kit nerf. It went from dealing 30 damage with a 45 headshot to now 24. But they're still very effective. And then here we just actually get this kill with the AUG, which was a feel good. That was a real player, dropped a crown. Feels very good to get that elimination with the AUG. Two other players left. Just play in the final zone. I've got the scan medallion. I can be patient here. Okay, somebody takes a shot at me. I think he's in this tree, so I'm looking, but I don't quite see him. Like, I'm reasonably confident he's in the tree, and then now I see him. shoot him out of the air. That's one of the reasons why the the Iron Man flight kit isn't good. And then that guy comes up on me, but he might be a bot, actually. I don't know if this last guy's real or not. But he has a chance to kill me, and he kind of whiffed it by disengaging. Now I'm looking for heals. I'm a little nervous because I know I'm going for 3 wins in a row here. But then, once I get out in the open here, grab this cactus and see that this guy's just out in the open, I know I got it in the bag. So he ends up being real, actually. And he definitely had a chance to win that game, but he should have kept pressing, but he chickened out of that fight at the end there. So that's 3 in a row. That game we used the AUG and the combat kit really well. These last 2 games are both raft drops. Dropping raft is just the way to go. The scan medallion's really good, and the mythic AUG, in my opinion, is the best weapon in the game. Okay, same deal. We like landing this back tower here. We start our loot path based on this. There's 4 Avenger chests and 6 Doom chests in the raft, plus a high amount of regular chests. And then there's also the 1 Stark Industries chest by the pod landing pad right nearby, as well as easy access to a couple of different bunkers, one in Grimgate and one in this area. And then it's also near Artemis. So there's a lot of good stuff around here. I think we start this game out with a Hyper SMG, just because we don't have much better. Captain America's shield plus the Shuri's claws. Pick up that gray scar, then swap it out for a green scar. That guy seems like he quit out. He had a purple sovereign, or was picking up a purple sovereign. There's another purple sovereign. That one's got a laser, so we take that one. Not sure exactly what we have here. Looks like Scar Sovereign. That was probably a legendary hammer pump. We don't pick that up. Then looks like our spray weapon is the War Machine's Arsenal. We pick up that Gatekeeper because it's got a drum mag. The Scar's our range weapon of choice. And we put it to good use here. Freshfish 71, that's probably a bot. We don't even fire our Gatekeeper, we pick up a legendary Sovereign instead. There's another legendary Sovereign, we check the attachments. What we care about is a laser. Swap into a different blue AUG, it looks, or a blue scar, it looks like. Don't have a jetpack yet. We've checked every chest but the one above Emma Frost. Probably another bot. So here, this is kind of bad where we're standing. We should back out and go back outside. Yep. So there's a couple people around. I don't think we have mobility outside of claws right now. Yeah, so we've got an interesting loadout. We've got Mythic Og, War Machine's Arsenal, a legendary Sovereign, Claws, and it looks like we're carrying heals. Yep. Now we're going to check the pod that landed over here, which is great because it's the War Machine one, which means it's going to guaranteed give us the 3-piece War Machine set, which is exactly what we want. We want jetpack, auto turret, and then we check the chest, and we get the Iron Man combat kit, and now we're properly kitted out. We've got the Mythic Og, we've got the combat kit, we've got a legendary Sovereign, and we've got jetpack auto turret. So this game, we know that we're looking at 4 wins in a row now. So again, we play kind of passive. We always want the forecast tower. Typically, we drop the auto turret in the situation to pick up the key card. Go back for the auto turret. Check what's going on at the bunker. So this is an interesting fight. I'm going to pause here for a second because I tagged this guy. I don't know exactly how low he is, but I want to see if this guy was healing or not. So did he have heals? Yeah, this guy was healing up. So I specifically chose not to engage this dude, and I'm glad that I didn't because he's basically healing up and I'm not. So he's at least at 50. He's at least at 50 shield, 100 health, and then his overshield is healing up, and he's probably a real player. Is this guy a bot or not? It's hard to tell. So anyway, let's go back to my gameplay view. So the whole point of that was that I basically chose to disengage from that guy because even though I got a bunch of tags off on him, he was quick to get into a good defensive position in the bunker and heal up, whereas I was kind of hovering. I was like around the outside of the bunker waiting for him to do something, but I didn't heal. So if I engaged back into him in the bunker, I would have lost that fight most likely. So I didn't want to risk it. I just went around instead, drove around, got some heals, and I'm playing for a longer game. So now the island's spawning in. I see on the mini-map this guy is a medallion holder. Just getting a good position to tag him with that. Mysterio medallion, Mysterio shotgun. So now I'm in premium position. I've got triple mythic plus jetpack auto turret. 2 of the 3 medallions, and I know that that nobody picked up Doom Medallion. I see that the Doom Medallion is way in the corner in the storm at its original spawn, so either people were fighting over it and everybody died, or nobody killed Doom this game. So I'll just go 4 speed here for a second, because what I do for a while is just... There's only 4 other players left, and I basically just hold down the island. I don't want anyone to get the loot on the capped island. I also know that it's basically very difficult for anyone to sneak up on me in the situation. Like, what are they going to do? Rift in or take the zip line? If they try to come onto the island, I'll hear them, so it's a safe place for me to hang out. There is one guy kind of lurking around. He comes up for a brief second, but then disengages, and then he's out. There's one guy over by that dock, but I don't see him. Probably a bot based on how he's standing around. Okay, so the storm has reformed. I know I need to reposition. And then here I see that present and pretty much understand that there's a guy up there guarding that hill, which again is going to be a tough thing to fight into. But 4 of the 5 remaining players are right here. I hear footsteps right there. There comes a car. All 5 are clumped up, and I just back out. Get some tags on that guy. Blow that car out. I just don't want to engage up that hill knowing that that guy has a good foothold there. So I don't get that kill, but that's more of an assist. Just go around the long way. That guy's about to get one more kill up there. Looking for heals. I don't have Doom Medallion, so I can't heal off kills. I'm not at full health. And then now this guy's just kind of caught out in a bad position. He does a good job of hiding behind this tree, but I've just got him pinned. I've got him marked. There's basically nothing he can do. So that was a more passive style. I didn't really leave the area of the drop that game. And it's mainly because of the way that fight went around in the bunker, where I kind of was passive against that bunker player. And then I just camped Rift Island for a while. Okay, and then after doing the spreadsheet review, this is the most recent game I played. I really like this Gwenpool skin too. Getting better with using my ARs while crouching, which is very important, especially when you're playing with the Striker AR, the Scar. Very important to crouch for getting the first shot accuracy. Okay, so when we can't quite land on the far tower, what we do is we play for the launch pad. Launch pad over to it. The chest didn't spawn, but that's not a big deal. Is that player real or not? Hard to tell. We choose to heal to full. Do our rotation. That's definitely a bot. That's probably a bot also. Green Sovereign. Right now we probably have Sovereign Scar dualies. So Gatekeeper Scar dualies. Sometimes we like to check this chest up here. Purple Sovereign. Probably should take that. Claws, definitely need those. There's our jetpack. So we've got Scar, Dually, Sovereign, Jetpack, and something else. Don't know what the fifth thing that we have is. Probably should have grabbed Bubbles. Checking the attachments on the purple Sovereigns. That's Scar into Sovereign. Nobody else on the raft except for the NPCs, the bots. Okay. The only question is, what's our fifth item right now? Oh, it's the claws, okay. So we've got 3 weapons, double mobility. That's fine. Funny enough, this is a real player. Now we've got a legendary Sovereign. Check the map real quick, see where the storm is, and then we're going to go check the Stark Industry chest. Okay, so Stark Industry chest has the combat kit. So now we've got double mythic with a legendary Sovereign, double mobility. We're going to head towards the forecast, which is in the alternate spot. But as we're headed over there, somebody claimed it. So this forecast tower was already claimed. See if there's any action at the War Machine drop pod here, and of course there is. There's somebody in there. Hard to get shots off on them because the features inside here are blocking it, but clean that guy up. Now I've got the swapped out the claws for the auto turret, so I've got the full loadout. One of these guys over here is the medallion holder. It seems like they also have Artemis. Now Artemis is dead along with that guy. 2 guys here. Okay. Mysterio medallion's on the ground along with the shotgun. Get lucky here that I'm able to get back in the car before they kill me. And then now I get the reset with some cactuses, swap cars out. I'm going to go for the triple cactus over here to heal up. And that one, and now I should be at full. And I've got the perfect loadout, the triple mythic plus jetpack auto turret. So I'm just driving around looking to set up a good fight. Trying to figure out what to do next. Kind of in a mid-game where I don't need bunkers, and I'm either just waiting for Rift Island to spawn or whatever's going on around here. That's an interesting visual glitch that hangar bay door is down. That guy gets first tags on me, so I leave. Which is just good for disengaging. Like, if they open up with damage on you, just leave. Don't feel like fighting that guy, and what I'm doing right now is the third and final medallion's on the ground. So I chase towards that, see these guys over here. Another guy chases in. Get the kill on that guy. And then now stumble around for quite a while, because I don't know exactly where the medallion is. I see it on the map, I know it's dropped. There it is. But I whiff picking it up somehow. I even switched to my pickaxe to make it easier to pick up, but still whiffed it. Right now I'm looking for a car. I don't even realize that I didn't pick up the medallion. And then I finally realize that the medallion's still on the map, and then I go back for it. Taking your pickaxe out makes it easier to pick it up. Okay, so now I've got all 3 medallions, and I'm just looking to heal to full. I don't have shields right now. So I'm looking for shields and a car. Fill my shields up. Might as well get this pile of gold while I'm at it. Get a car, and now we're well positioned to finish the game out. So now we're going to be slightly more aggressive this game and try and find some kills. A lot of these end up being bots, though. This is a good strategy to find some kills when there's still a few people left in the lobby. You just drive around looking for gunshots until you find the bots fighting each other, like over here. Two easy kills like that. Swap out cars. Here's somebody fighting over there. Here's somebody pickaxing inside the bunker here. So that was a good use of Mysterio Medallion to get that guy. Catch that guy with the medallion scan. That's an easy cleanup once I know where he is. 4 players left. Now I just need to rotate over to the next zone. I'm holding all 3 medallions. See that guy over there? I think I got the scan on him. Don't mess with Shuri. Hear that guy get in the car. So he's doing a good job of cactusing up to keep his car alive, but I do end up blowing the car out. Look for my car real quick, don't see it, so decide to engage on foot. I choked this fight a little bit by whiffing the weapon swaps, but got lucky that my auto turret finished that guy off, and then the final person here is just a bot. Yeah, and that's 5 in a row. I mean, it's basically... I'm comfortable posting this on YouTube because, yes, it's pubs. Yes, it's probably 70% bots. But it's 5 wins in a row with essentially the same strategy every time. 4 wins were raft drops with the Mythic AUG and the raft medallion. And then one of the wins was a Reckless Rails drop with the Mythic Dual SMGs, and the only time I recruited an NPC, which was the medic. In terms of NPCs, the medic is good, and Artemis is good. Artemis is the scan NPC, the medic is called Triage Trooper, and he'll use chug splashes on you. So either of those guys are good. The other 2 NPCs are kind of underwhelming to recruit. I would only go after the other guys if I was playing duos or something, and we had more NPCs that we could actually recruit. But yeah, I think the gameplay is decent. I'm obviously not the best player. What I'm doing is using just a solid strategy, right? I'm using ranged weapon, spray weapon, shotgun, favoring jetpack for mobility. I'll use claws in a pinch. And then I like the auto turret just because the auto turret is good at spotting. That little bit of chip damage helps a lot. And then I can either get heals off of cactuses or get heals off of downed players, right? So then the only other choice for something to slot in, right? So we can go back to the ideal carry for a second here and just kind of wrap up the thoughts. So if we go back to the ideal carry real quick, right, we can see we're playing Sovereign, Dualies, or the Iron Man combat kit. So let's just look at it from the ideal carry. We're playing Sovereign, Iron Man combat kit, Striker Burst Rifle, except for times at the beginning of the game when we're in the POI, we like the Scar inside the POI just because the Scar is better in like that medium close range, which comes up a lot, especially inside the raft. So when we're playing in the raft, we'll take either shotgun. We're definitely taking dualies. We'll take either AR, no problem there. And then mobility, once we have War Machine hover jets, we're set. But we'll take the Black Panther claws in the pinch. We didn't play with the flight kit at all there. We didn't play with shockwave grenades in any of that replay review, but we will use shockwave grenades if we don't have anything else. And then we played with the auto turret. We did not play with EMPs or the shield. I just think the auto turret is way better. And then rounding out the loadout would be either heals or cover, right? So in the beginning of the game, we're going to play with some cover. But as soon as we get a jetpack or even the Black Panther claws, we're more comfortable not needing to carry either bunks or bubbles. And then we don't really feel the need to carry heals and solos. We got plenty of opportunity to heal off bodies or loot or off cactuses. So yeah, we're playing it exactly like this, right? Using what I think is the best item from each category, and that's what our endgame loadout looked like in most of those situations, except for the one game where we made the conscious decision to play it out with the legendary Dual Micro SMGs, but we had an opportunity to get the combat kit in that game. And we probably should have taken it, but at the same time, it just feels weird leaving the mythic Gwenpool Dual SMGs on the ground. So, yeah, that's kind of how I do the analysis and the breakdown of items and what I think the ideal loadout is. I did this last season. I did this season. Last season, I wasn't comfortable making a video about it, but after getting 5 wins in a row, I feel comfortable enough publicly discussing my thoughts, right? Because at least there's something tangible to back it up, right? Which is the win streak. I did the same thing with StarCraft, where I had the confidence to post my first video after getting 5 TVZ wins in a row in low diamond, and it was like low diamond, high plat, 5 TVZs in a row, and it was based on using a new strategy with an update to the Cyclones, where they quickly patched that out, but it was the same thing. Like, I'm just using a good strategy right now. Like, the Iron Man combat kit's in the game. Yes, it's been nerfed, but it's still very strong. And it's a very strong playstyle to go from long-range tags with the Striker Burst, the AUG, especially the Mythic AUG, and then once you get a couple of tags, close in with the Iron Man combat kit, and then depending on how the fight is going, if you don't finish off your opponent and the Iron Man combat kit goes on cooldown, switch to the shotgun and finish the fight off. So yeah, that strategy worked really well, and there was a lot of good examples of that working. So hope that was informative for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for sticking it out to the end. Not going to do a whole bunch of Fortnite content. I think this is probably literally going to be the only video I do. But if you watched and you stuck it out, appreciate your viewership. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.